Hello girls and boys. Welcome back to Read Me a Story. This book that I'm holding here is a book that I wrote. It's called Tips and Tidbits for Parents and Teachers. And it tells your mommy and daddy all about the things that I learned in my 50 years in the classroom. And they can get it from amazonbooks.com. And it will help them to help you at home. Well, you know I'm going to read you a book today, and it's called A Most Unusual Lunch by Robert Bender. I hope you enjoy it. Here goes. A most unusual lunch. I wonder what that could be. Any guesses? One day, a frog swallowed a beetle whole because he was hungry. The next day, the frog woke up with 2 antennae on his head, plus 6 tiny little legs on his underbelly. When he leaned over the edge of his lily pad to splash some old cold water on his face, a big fish rushed over and gulped him down. Later, when the fish looked in his underwater mirror, he saw that he had grown 2 antennae, 6 tiny legs on his underbelly, and 2 big green legs. So he hopped out of the pond to test his new parts. Suddenly, a snake slithered by and gulped him down whole. The content snake took a 2-day nap after that meal, and when he finally woke up, he had 2 antennae, 6 tiny little legs on his underbelly, 2 big green legs, and a fish tail. He thought that this was very interesting. He crawled on his 6 new tiny little legs, he hopped around on his big green legs, and he swatted at the flies with his new fish tail. He was having such a good time that he didn't notice when he crawled right into the mouth of a waiting crocodile. The crocodile was so hungry that he swallowed the whole snake with one snap of his jaws. He was pleased with his lunch, and when he went to take a nap in the sun, he digested his food. And when the crocodile awoke and yawned, a long forked tongue popped out of his mouth. Not only that, he also had 2 antennae, 6 tiny little legs on his underbelly, 2 big green legs, and a fish tail that rattled. A nearby lion heard the rattling and came running. He was so hungry that he opened his mouth as wide as he could, and he swallowed the crocodile in one gulp. Of course, when the lion awoke from his nap, he had 2 antennae, 6 tiny little legs on his underbelly, 2 big green legs, a fish tail that rattled, a long forked tongue, plus strange scales all over his body. Well, the lion was not very pleased with these changes. After all, the lion is the king of the jungle, and kings are perfect, just as they are. So he gave out a great belch, and out popped the crocodile, who had 2 antennae, 6 tiny little legs on his underbelly, 2 big green legs, a fishtail that rattled, and a long forked tongue. The crocodile was very happy to get out of the lion's uncomfortable stomach, and when he opened his mouth to thank the lion, out popped the snake, with the 2 antennae, 6 tiny little legs on his underbelly, 2 big green legs, and a fishtail. The snake in turn was pleasantly surprised to see the light of day. He opened his mouth to test his forked tongue, and out popped the fish, who had 2 antennae, 6 tiny little legs on his underbelly, and 2 big green legs. The fish splashed into a nearby pond and opened his mouth to release a couple of bubbles. When he did, the frog with the 2 antennae and the 6 tiny little legs leaped out. The frog immediately rejoiced by exclaiming, "Ribbit!" to anyone who could hear. That is when the little beetle, who had just his own 2 antennae and 6 tiny little legs, popped out. And then the little beetle joined the frog, the big fish, the slithering snake, the hungry crocodile, and the lion in a big celebration where they tried to satisfy their hunger by eating lots and lots of grass and leaves, until the frog thought he might like dessert. The end. Wow, what an ending. Hope you enjoyed that one, girls and boys. See you next time for Read Me a Story. Bye for now.